Menachem Mendel Ben Elchanan Aleihem Shalom. I just want to tell you, today is the Yortzeit of one of the greatest rabbis that the Jewish people had. His name was Rabbi Israel Salanter. Rabbi Israel Salanter, that's right. Rabbi Israel Salanter was the founder of Tnuat Musar, the one that fought to put inside the world the importance of learning Musar to every single one of us. And he explained that even people that are learning Torah all the whole entire day, they learn Gemarot, they learn Halakha, they learn everything. If they don't learn Musar, they can be animals. And he saw, there's a lot of stories. One of the stories is that he saw one time a religious guy walking Erev Yom Kippur, Mamash, a few minutes before Kippur started. And this Yehudi was totally focused in the special day that is about to come, having all type of thoughts and kavanot of teshuvah, walking up to the shul. And then a young man just passed by and he asked him, "Sir, what time is it, please?" And Rabbi Israel Salanter was watching the whole scenario, and he sees how the other guy looks at him and he make him a face and he continue on. Like, what are you talking about? What are you asking even before Yom Kippur? And says the rabbi, this guy was sure that he was doing Avodat Hashem, but he doesn't understood that was exactly the challenge before Yom Kippur, to see if you're really Yerei Shamayim or you're just doing it, for yourself. So Rabbi Israel Salanter writes something unbelievable about this week's parasha. There is a pasuk that says, "Va'avatem et Hashem Elokechem." You should worship God. "Uberach et lachmecha ve'et memecha va'asiloti machala mikirbecha." And Borei Olam will give you parnasa, and He will take away all type of disease and sickness. Right? Did you feel something strange in the pasuk when I said it or not? No. So let me help you. Va'avatem et Hashem Elokechem. Avatem is plural or singular? Plural. Va'avatem, you should worship. And then he said, and if you're going to worship God, then uberach et lachmecha ve'et memecha. Your bread and your water. What's that? Plural or singular? Lachmecha? Singular. So as a mefarshim, what is this contradiction? You start the pasuk plural. You end up the pasuk singular. Why? There's many answers. All the mefarshim are talking about it. Ba'al Turim, the Kli Yakar, many others. But the Rabbi Israel Salanter says something unbelievable. The Gemara asked the following question. Masechet Berachot, the Gemara asked, Malachei HaSharet are coming to God and they're telling him, God, you said in the Torah that a person should not be nosei panim. Nosei panim means, if you're judging somebody, right, don't have all type of interest. You have to be emet, truth. It's asur to have how come that you are not fulfilling what you're writing in your Torah? What do you mean? We said it every day. Birkat Kohanim. Isa Hashem panav elecha ve'asem elecha shalom. What's Isa Hashem? Borei Olam is going to be nosei panim. He's going to make some, above the normal way of judging. Is going to be with us extra large. So it's a nice. What do you mean? You're going against your own Torah? That's the question of Malachei HaSharet. Okay? What's the answer? The Gemara writes, Borei Olam is going to answer the angels, what are you talking about, guys? Do you know my kids? I said in my Torah, ve'achalta ve'savata uberachta. To be able to say Birkat Hamazon, you have to eat, and you have to feel satisfied. You have to feel full. And then, uberachta. If you eat bread and you don't feel full, according to the Torah, kivechol no obligation. And what they did, you know what my kids did? My kids, even if they eat kazait and kabetza, even if they eat small amounts, 27 grams, 28 grams, it's enough, and they do already birkat hamazon. And you want me not to be extra nice with them? Yes, what is the answer over here? I mean, do you know why we're eating 28 grams and we say birkat hamazon? Because it's a mitzvah, the Rabbanan, but it's a mitzvah. What we are doing above our obligation. Comes Rabbi Sami Salant and he says something beautiful. He says, you know that there is a concept of zimun, and there is a concept zimun by 3 and zimun by 10. Right? Zimun 3 and zimun 10. Okay? What? Ida? And 100. Now, Rabotai, zimun of 3 and zimun by 10, the Gemara says, what's the shi'ur, what's the amount of a regular se'udah? And the Gemara says, the regular amount is tesha grogarot. How much is that? It's around 10 times kazait. 10 times kazait equals 3 times kabetza. So again, just to have the concept, kazait is 27 grams. Kabetza is 56 grams. Okay? So you have 10 times kazait, 3 times kabetza. Right? Say Chachamim, you know why by zimun we are required to have 3? One of the reasons is because once you have 3, you're going to be able to give kabetza to each one of them. And why, if I have 10, is also a reason to upgrade the zimun? Because here you're going to be able to give a kazait to each one of them. So that's the extra effort that the Jewish people are doing. What? You're using your food to give to others, to say zimun. Say Rabbi said, Misalan, but ya Habibi, all what you're doing is only for what? Because you care about your friend or because you care about the mitzvah? Because you care about the mitzvah, not because you care about your friend. Therefore, says the pasuk, now we can understand it. Va'avatem et Hashem Elokechem. You know when we are gathering all together? To serve God. But when it comes to me and you, to give you a little bit of food, to help you out, not ubarechet lachamecha ve'et memecha. But is going to only for you and only for you. Why? Because you just care about yourself when we're talking about money issue, when we're talking about helping others, you only care about yourself. Rabbi Sami Salant explained to us, Rabotai, that the key of beracha comes only if you're going to be able to look at the needs of somebody else. When you look at the needs of somebody else and you give him, you're not giving for the mitzvah, you're giving because you care about him. You're not giving because you just, Hashem ordered it. No, you're giving because it's a mitzvah, not only a mitzvah, how you can see your brother suffering and you're not going to help him. When you're going to be able to do that, then it's not going to be lachmecha, it's going to be lachmechem. It's going to give you more of parnasah, more of Yeshua, more of hatzlacha in whatever we'll do. It's unbelievable. Let me tell you, there is a beautiful mashal. Beautiful mashal that it's a sad mashal. There was a man, back then in Europe, it's not like today. You have cars and telegrams, WhatsApp, everything is in 1 second. You get to one side of the world to another side. Back then, it wasn't like that. So it happened to be this guy, his parents were living in a small town, far from the big city, and he moved to the big city for business. Days pass, months pass, and he wanted to see his parents, he missed them. So the guy decided to buy a ticket, train ticket, and to travel all the way to see his parents. Rabbi, back then, to have somebody coming from the big city to the small town, there was the news. Why? There were many other parents that also they had the children over there, and they had no news about them. So now it's a good time to ask. Says the rabbi, this guy came, he traveled all the way to the town. He gets to the town, he comes to his parents' house. The mother is so happy. They hug him, they kiss him, they prepare a special food that he loves. And he's sitting down, and he's already in front of his beautiful plate, about to attack. And he starts with a beracha, obviously, and he starts eating. And then all of a sudden, someone knocks at the door. They open up the door, and there is one man, enters, please, I have to speak with your son. Okay, Tfadal, go ahead, he's eating. Comes and he says, you're coming from the big city, I know. You probably saw my daughter, right? And my son-in-law. How old they are? My daughter, my daughter Jacqueline. So Jacqueline, she died. And he continued eating. And the guy was, what? But I mean none. What do you mean? And my son-in-law, what? He didn't even tell me, oh, your son-in-law also died. And he continued eating. And he eats. And then, of course, the guy tells him, and what about this guy and the other guy and my cousin, my nephew? They also died. And the guy eats. The Hazita, this man, is about to faint. But I never heard, maybe a tragedy. When he finished eating, he turns up and he says, oh, no, don't worry. When I eat, everybody's dead. Rabotai, sometimes, this is terrible. Sometimes we act similar. Sometimes we act similar to that. Sometimes when we are in the business, we're too busy. You know what's that word? Busy? I'm busy. I cannot help you, sir. I'm sorry. I'm busy. But somebody's asking for your help. No, I'm busy right now. And unfortunately, it's a type of mindset that it's normal. I'm not supposed to care about anybody if I'm looking and I'm caring only about my parnasa. Comes Rabbi Sami Sanant and he says, guys, you remember last week parasha? God gave 10 commandments, 5 and 5. If you don't have the other 5, the 10 commandments are not called 10. And if there is no 10 commandments, there is no connection in between us and Borei Olam. If you don't understand that there should be all the time looking around and caring about the ones that are surrounding me, what are they needing from me? If we don't understand that, and we're just looking about ourselves, this is not called even Avodat Hashem. Don't cry to Borei Olam. It's unbelievable. But it's a very strong musar that we have to take on ourselves. Let me just tell you. There was a Yehudi, this Yehudi here in America. I heard this story from him, straight up. He said that he was learning in a kollel in Brooklyn. Now, after the kollel, he was very tired. He says, you know what? Let me just go 1 second to my parents' house. It's right next to the kollel. I'm going to eat something and I'm going to take a nap. I need to take a nap before I continue learning. Rabotai, this Avrech is also a rabbi in one of the shuls. He goes to his parents' house, he eats something, and he tells them, please do me a favor, I need to sleep. I'm very, very, very tired. I couldn't sleep at night. I have to remember all the details, but overall, that was the idea. He said that he went to sleep, and he was already totally out. And then before he's already deep in his sleeping, I think the phone rings or something happened. Yeah. Somebody knocked at the door, and he had to walk up. So what's the issue? He said, listen, we have this problem, that problem. He said, you know what? The only thing that I wanted to do was to shut off the phone and to go to sleep. I don't want to help anybody. Give me a break. I want to go to sleep. I'm tired. Honest. He answered the phone anyways because it was ringing many, many times. And he says, yes, hi. Who is this? He says, Rabbi, please, I need your help. And I don't know. He started to talk to him. Rabotai, he was able to control himself, right? And to help this person that was calling him. Because he already woke up, and to fall asleep in the middle the middle of the phone call, he stood up and he started to walk inside the house. All of a sudden he sees how a police officer outside is about to put a bill in his car. Mamash, about to. He says, one second. He goes outside. He speaks to the police officer. Please don't start. I just got here. I'm taking out the car. He says, you're a lucky guy. I was about to ride. Once I start riding, I don't go back. I didn't start writing the first letter. Then he said he was able to take the car to park it in another place. So he came back to his shul and he said, sometimes we don't realize this, you're helping others. But these other people are helping basically you. And that's what the Gemara writes. More than what the person thinks that he's doing when he gives tzedakah, more the poor guy is giving him, because all the merits and all the salvation that this man is getting once he gives tzedakah and once he helps somebody else is only a benefit for himself. And just to finish up, there was a Yehudi that was in a shiur. And in that shiur, the rabbi said, the famous Gemara that says, there is a difference in between a man who gives tzedakah and a man who does chesed. What's greater? Tzedakah or chesed? Says the Gemara, chesed. Why? Because tzedakah b'mamono. Because tzedakah applies on money. Chesed applies even begufo, even in his body. What that means in his body? That just by coming and showing a smile, ulven shinai mehalab, once you show your teeth, with a nice smile and you say Baruch haba to somebody else, or you come to whatever place it will be, and you help him somebody, it's already called chesed, and this is going above tzedakah. Rabotai, there was a Yehudi that was in a Shabbaton. You know what's a Shabbaton? And in that Shabbaton, he said to his wife, I'm coming with you, but I'm not going to shiurim. You go, I stay in the lobby. Not in the lobby, in the hotel. I'm going to enjoy the food. You want to go and hear shiurim? Tfadalu, go. Rabotai, this man didn't show up in one shiur. Not in one. Motzei Shabbat, the Shabbaton, what they do is that they have a custom, whoever wants to speak about what he got, reinforce it on the Shabbat, throughout Shiurim, he should stand up and talk. This guy said, I'm coming. The wife looks at him, what are you going to come? To say how good was the food? What are you going to come for? Says, I'm coming. Rabotai, he came. He took up the mic. And he says, Rabotai, I wasn't even in one shiur the whole entire Shabbat. But I want to tell you, from now on, I'm going to start keeping Shabbat. Start keeping Shabbat? What happened? He said two things happened to him. One thing was that he realized that there was a man, religious guy. Hundreds of people are coming to the hotel. This guy saw him every single minute. Everything is good with you? Do you need something? Let me help you. And he wasn't even a worker in the hotel. He said, I saw that. I started to think to myself, why this guy cares about me? That was one. And the second story that he said was about a kid. I'm finishing. Was about a kid. And the kid came up, and the man saw the kid, and he calls him up. He says, Tzaddik, come here. And he takes from his pocket a nice, delicious chocolate bar. Tells him, here, for you. And the kid, he saw the chocolate bar, the eyes just shy. He took the chocolate bar, and he said, 1 second. And the kid runs, and he comes back after a few minutes. And he says, I'm sorry, my dad said that this is not the kosher signs that we eat. Thank you so much. I said, I was amazed. What? A kid, 6 years old, is able to control his temptations, is able to control his ta'avot just because of something kosher? And me? I'm already 50 something, and one ta'avah I'm not able to control? If this is Judaism, I want to be part of it.